tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Ding, 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 ding. Nobody knows where you might end up. Nobody knows. We back. We're back.
This is what happens. Jason makes us super hyper.
Oh,
Ramon. Oh, Ramon.
love it.
Yes, we are back. Welcome back, everyone, to Grey's Anatomy After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. Jason J. Carter back from the dead. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And he could not come back fast enough.
I
We're
know,
so
I'm
happy
back.
to have you
Hi.
here. I'm Julie Partin.
And I'm Starr Session. I'm Kristin Strange.
Kristin Strange. Ooh, the new addition. I just want to say, Kelly, we miss you.
I know.
But Kristin, welcome to Grey's. You are
Thank
fantastic.
you.
Watched all the episodes with you in it last week, and I was like, you know what? She's a keeper because they send me emails. How do you feel about this Kristin girl? I was like, who is she? Who is
Jason
this?
said, I like her name.
I know, Kristin Strange. Is she strange? Yes, so welcome aboard.
Thanks.
Grey's Anatomy, season 11.
Episode 7.
Listen, I'm sorry, AfterBuzz. I don't even care about the name of the episode because it really doesn't matter what the name of the episode
Yes,
is.
it was.
No, it does not.
Well, here's something. Someone called us out
And so what?
on YouTube
Ooh, about
and said that every title of every Grey's
It's
show
a song.
is a song
We know
lyric.
that. I got it.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
I knew that too, though. That's like we talked about that last season, though, Jules.
I don't remember us
It's a
talking about
pregnant
it.
brain.
I don't remember us ever. No, maybe I wasn't on that episode. I was on maternity leave.
Well, they've called us out a lot on YouTube. Apparently, people get brave behind a keyboard. However, we love our listeners, we love our fans, and so yeah, with that, I'm so glad to be back. God, this season's been really amazing.
It's been a really great season
Yeah.
so far, for sure.
Yeah.
There's been some ups and downs, and I'm just loving this season
Me
as
too.
well.
And I think the addition of Gina, G-E-E-E-Na, with like 9 E's, who names her kid Gina with 5 E's, as Dr. Nicole Herman's been fantastic. And also Kelly McCreary, Maggie,
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yep, that
She's
is
growing on me.
absolutely.
I love her
She's
from
an
jump.
acquired taste.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
growing on you, Julie.
I didn't like her at first.
You know what it was? It was the fact that they shoved her down our throats
Yeah.
and stole the entire episode from the rest of the characters. If she had just made a normal entrance into the show, not like, here's Maggie, like her else,
Well,
I
her
think I might have
story
liked
was
her
so-
from the beginning.
Her story was just so epic. Of course, we had to learn more about
Was it
her.
that
Right.
epic? We'd heard it
No, it
before.
was.
Yeah.
I'm still recovering from Lexi, though.
That's what
I
I'm
miss
saying.
her so much.
You know-
Really?
I need some more
Kristen.
time.
I kind of miss
Kristen.
Catherine Heigl.
Dude, they punch it
I'm
in. Izzy, I want Izzy
serious.
to walk
She was
back
hilarious.
up. Hilarious.
Yeah, that's true.
Too bad she's a major bitch. But I will say that with Lexi, yeah, I miss Lexi. But here's the thing about Maggie that's working, because Maggie is the daughter of Richard and Ellis.
Ellis.
Yeah, that's
so
what makes her different.
then I always say time and time again, their story, the backbone of Grey's, that story is so poignant and so epic because of everything that's transpired to bring us to where we are
Epic.
today. So but Maggie has this lisp that just drives me up the
Yeah.
wall. It's like Meredith. Like I don't know what to do with it. It's like, oh my gosh.
I was so excited.
I was so excited to not talk to
Actually,
television.
it doesn't get to me that
No,
much.
it doesn't even,
I
it
love
doesn't
her.
even stand
It's
out
because
at all.
us lispy people, gotta sit
Which-
together.
Okay, yeah.
But my list is
Calling
not.
the kettle black. Okay.
I'm like William to know my whole room of pots. But seriously, tonight's episode. Okay, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's jump in.
We
So here's something that happened.
what? The show.
It immediately started out with this experimental filmmaking. Black and white, flashbacks over the place, and I'm like,
You
bring it
loved it.
together, guys.
loved-
I'm a little confused.
I loved that was the first thing that you noticed, too. Oh, great. Here we go.
Well,
with
last week,
experiments.
remember, I could hardly even
Yeah.
recap the story because I didn't know if it had happened for real or not.
Yeah.
What were those flashback things?
But
'Cause they were flashing
tonight's
forward.
show. You know what the flashbacks of tonight's show were?
I do
Yeah.
now.
Okay, well.
They were creative.
Well, no, but they were creative. Yes, they were, Kristen.
Yeah.
But the reason why they were there was because Amelia and Derek's father was killed,
Yeah.
right? And as
Right.
we find out 6 seasons ago, they have issues with that. Derek, he
They
has
were
guilt.
there
They were
when
there,
he
right.
was when he got shot at gunpoint.
So tonight we see that Amelia, who, by the way, whoever's doing hair and makeup on Grace, thank you for getting rid of her wigs. We got a nice bob going on, but she was looking a hot mess for a couple of episodes. But we see it's very Amelia Derek centric, in addition to the patient stories, because that's where it's kind of like this catalyst. But
I feel like everyone had their moment in the sun this episode. I feel like we got to learn a lot.
It was balanced.
About
If you're gonna have a cast this large, they pulled it off perfectly tonight.
right?
As far as everybody actually getting to say something, it wasn't just like
more than one
person
line.
skating through and making a joke or whatever. Everybody got a moment.
Yeah, I really feel like this episode got to show off the characters a little bit.
It did feel like I kept thinking it was going to end, and it didn't.
Yeah.
Like several different endings.
That's true. That's true.
What I like about Grey's this season too, and to echo what you said, Julie, was that they have a way of intermingling. It's a dance of the characters. It's like sometimes Alice will have 2 lines to see on this episode, or it's just it's not very. They've done a good job of doing a story on each of the characters for each episode, but not making it so, oh my God, this whole arc is about Cali and Arizona. Which, by the way, AfterBuzzers, I know you were mad on YouTube that some of us were happy that Cali and Arizona are done. I am one of those people because I was sick of seeing the breakup, we're together, we're gonna cry, you're selfish, I'm selfish, Sophia, let's have a baby.
That's exactly what we said.
Stop the madness. So I wasn't here. I don't mean to recap or recant.
Jason's like, I know that made some of you mad, but let me make you mad again.
But, I mean, it's the truth. We're all entitled to our opinions, and that's why you watch us, and that's why we love you.
crazy.
So tonight's episode, though, Amelia, okay, so off from jump, she's a recovering crackhead.
Well, so we need to bring it into this patient story.
Yes.
And here's the thing.
What's the thing?
So the ambulance wheels up, they're all standing out there, which I think we should get one of those scenes every week. It's always hilarious. They're just like standing there prepping for battle, talking about what they did or didn't do last night.
Right.
And it pulls up, there's two people on one gurney. A little bit confusing, looks pretty gross whenever you first see it.
Right, you think they're stuck together,
It is
right?
a man clasping his what we thought dead wife. Something about the scene made me more emotional than any Grey's patient has in years.
No, there was something in there. I was like on the verge of tears because it was really like
really crying about that.
Hold on to me, hold on to me.
But
And he just couldn't let go.
Titanic.
And the lady's just laying there lifeless.
Jack.
And they were an older couple.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so sweet and
But
heartbreaking.
it was the way, I think the reason why it drew us in immediately was because the emotion was so heightened at the top of the episode. Normally, in the past with Grey's, you get, okay, something happened. We go into the story of the doctors, then the emotions at the end with the music and whatnot. But this was very emotional up top. Don't let me go. And the reason, and I think they wrote that because we can identify with that situation. Not that it's ever happened to us, but that the love we have for our loved ones, of course, you're that way. You know what I mean?
Clasping their dead body.
No, I mean honestly, I want someone to hold on to me until the very last minute.
I just lost it. I don't know if my emotions make a difference on how I process the show, but sometimes I really feel it and sometimes I don't. And tonight, it was super emotional.
I thought it was super emotional at the top.
It struck a chord the entire time with me tonight. I
you
was
say
very
tomato, I say tomato.
invested.
I was more invested last week.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes,
I don't know why.
I was too.
I loved the old couple, but other than that, I was just more invested last week.
I don't know. Maybe it was everything tonight that just hits
Well,
me
the fact
personally.
that it was his last moment and he like jumped out of the window with his wife when a building is burning down. It was really sentimental, and it was like that last plea to just save each other.
Sentimental Star? That's how you would say. It's like you gave her a box of chocolate.
No, it was like I will do anything for you moment.
He wouldn't
like
let her
life
go.
or death.
Life or death. Fine.
And Meredith-
Call me. Oh, you're back. Oh, great. He's back.
Sentimental.
Meredith had a
Boss,
fantastic bedside moment there because everybody's just trying to rip the dead body from his hands, and Meredith's like, hold on, and really lets him go through it. She's gone. But lo and behold,
She finds
everybody be quiet. We have a pulse.
she's alive.
She's alive.
You guys,
Meredith.
I loved this whole scene so
She's
much.
the
It
generous
was
friend.
good.
It was really good. So, I mean, that was one patient story. And then we have, going forward to the lady who survives, Harriet, right? Was her name? Hattie? Okay, cool.
My Hattie.
The,
My Hattie.
the daughter who, AfterBuzz, Julie was like, is that the Wendy's
No,
girl?
that was not me.
Sorry, Starr was like, is that the chick from Wendy's?
Like, it's the Wendy's girl. I knew it.
I knew it.
She's an actress on Grey's now, bitch.
No.
That's what I thought. But seriously, so we have the daughter who's emotional, and all of a sudden Amelia comes up and she's like, "Oh my God, hi!" So
Amelia, what are you doing here? You're a doctor.
Amelia should not have gone up to her. She should have. I would have gone the other direction.
No, Kristen, what Amelia should have done is been like, "You don't know me. You do not know. I've never seen you
Remember your
forever."
oath.
Seriously.
But the thing is, when you see a friend, you're gonna say hi. So I
I don't know if they were friends.
Unless you live in
though.
LA.
Yeah, they were friends from AA. They had
Anonymous.
cookies.
I feel like-
Anonymous.
Yeah, and you
like
had
they
cookies
were-
at the end of the meeting. They've chit-chatted, I'm sure, before. You know how it goes. Like,
I've never been to an AA meeting before, Starr. I don't know how does
actually,
it go?
I have, just to support, but not
Okay.
for myself. But I think it's great. To
Oh,
just be
great.
there.
Now Starr just outed everyone. You're basically the Wendy's lady.
Kristen, go ahead.
Oh, that was it. That was just fun.
She did the words right of your mouth.
Yeah.
But it was, and I was wondering because, okay, me, everyone knows I'm slow, and I don't get things until Julia starts like, that's what happened. Got it, or Kelly, that's what happened. But
Wait, what are you talking about?
that I didn't understand what was going on because Amelia, this girl was spazzing out on Amelia, and I was like, why? And I was like, oh, they were crackheads together.
No, not together. They met at AA. Period.
So the other woman was an addict of some sort.
Right.
I feel like she could have ended at, "I need another doctor."
Right. Instead of
I
going
need
through
another
it.
doctor. Well, you know what
She
was
woke
helpful
up
about
next to her
that?
boyfriend after she killed him.
I'm going to recap all of Amelia's story that ever happened on private practice for all of you that don't watch.
Yes, because
and those of us in the room were like, oh,
Yeah,
did
that's
not
good 'cause I
know
didn't
that.
watch.
You guys are
Me neither.
horrible Shondaland. AfterBuzz was all three of you.
There was something about that show that I was
Shonda-
not.
I
Did not know.
Shonda
And
should be
so-
ashamed of private
Yeah.
practice. That show sucked.
And so it was great that it was horrible that she, of course, blurted it out. But I was like, oh, thanks for the catch up because I had no idea that
They could have
her
done
boyfriend died next to her. Like it was just really
I said,
epic.
Jason, did that really happen? And then I
Yeah, I
Wikipedia'd the
saw
whole
him.
thing.
Right.
Could have done previously on private practice also, or something like
Right,
that.
or like a flashback to
Yeah.
private practice. But see, I mean, the branding of it would have been bad. I mean,
Yeah.
because we're like, okay. But, poor Amelia, though, because she's over there mortified. Her whole past from, like, last month has been dug up. And,
Yeah.
and this lady's just going through it. And then...
I'm glad that she at least has a storyline because
Right.
Yeah.
seeing her going and being mad at her brother, it's just like, I'm
brother.
glad there's like an thing. But that moment, let's just jump into it.
Here's what I loved. She ran immediately to Richard.
No, but
Yeah,
that moment
because
before, Derek gave her the look like,
Like,
ooh,
yup.
you got
Derek, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I forgot about
We
that star.
hate him.
Derek literally stood behind the curtain.
It was
and
like,
went,
bye, Felicia.
I love that one moment. Bye, Felicia.
Horrible. We hate him.
We do.
we
And his
don't.
hair this season, horrible.
Something is going on with his hair. He's going grayer and frizzier.
Right, it's like he has that Jersey Shore like. But it was bad because look, I have a twin brother. I have actually 4 siblings, but I have a twin brother who I'm super close with, and I couldn't imagine ever in life turning my back on him like that, regardless of whatever he's done. Or people do bad things, but family is family. And in that instance, Amelia was vulnerable, embarrassed, hurt, and discouraged.
Yeah, but family is family, so you can hurt them and then they'll still love you
right.
in the end. Not to
Right.
say that I would do that, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying that's kind of, and their dynamic this season has definitely been like, ooh.
That was cruel,
We're
Derek.
not brother and sister. We're not the lovey brother and sisters.
But Derek, haven't you guys always noticed? And Derek always has these moments of weakness, like we see later on in the episode,
Right.
where he's crying and he's like, "I'm not human," or he has.
I'm not human. I don't think he said
well,
that.
he has these moments where
I'm
it's
an
like,
alien.
Derek, you're not infallible. You're
don't
not,
know who I am
You are
yet.
not perfect. He's like,
He's finally realizing he's not God.
right, and
The
so.
world does not revolve around
But
Derek
he's had
anymore.
He's had these realizations before. What is so funny?
I'm not human anymore. I'm with Julie on that one. That just like took it to the next level.
He's a vampire.
She's crying. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's really good to have you
I
back.
go away for a month after Buzz. I come back and I'm the butt of everyone's joke. It's okay.
You do it to yourself. You just talk
But
and talk.
that scene was just not cool. Very well written.
That was
but
really rude.
Yeah.
That was so low. Derek, I wouldn't do that
Low
to anyone
blow.
if they were embarrassed, let alone like, Amelia, yes, you did kill your boyfriend.
And scene.
Curtain shut, mic drop.
Wait, did he know about that for real though? He knew that.
Of course.
Of course he knew. I mean, yeah.
Apparently everyone did, but those of us who didn't watch that terrible show.
Well, they were all there for the table read. But let's talk about just some filler, because I felt like this episode.
No.
Okay, I might
Don't
get
skip over
stoned.
everything because for some reason I loved it. I might be hormonal or something. I really connect with the show when I'm emotional. But
was kind of
this was
filler.
beautiful to me.
How was this show for you when you were pregnant then?
Oh,
She wasn't
you
around.
I was at home crying over a cup of hot chocolate.
Oh my god.
Sounds good, right?
No, but I thought it was really beautiful. There was we could actually go ahead and talk about the.
Well, Pink Scrubs. Can someone fill me in on Pink Scrubs? How did I miss Pink Scrubs?
Let's talk about the other patient story. This was another great patient story involving pink scrubs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we find out right off the bat that this happened the very next day from last week's episode, which we don't get. Sometimes seasons pass. But this was the next day, and Maggie's mad about the dinner, and Arizona approaches Gina Davis and is like, I can't make this decision. Gina Davis is like, you've had one day, what's your answer?
Gina Davis is like a hardcore biatch, you know what I mean? And she's a little bit bipolar. Like
A little bit. Well, she has a tumor. You would be bipolar too.
Exactly. And I don't know if I would work with her, but I think it was great. You know, like in this day and age, you just can choose who you want to work with.
Right.
And
She went out in the mud. I was like, I can't work with Chase anymore. He's crazy.
he's crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
He's not human.
We think he's alien. Yeah, what was I even saying?
About Gina Davis being nuts.
G-E-E named Dana.
Yeah, she's a little bipolar, but yeah. So she comes in and the next day, and she's saying, you know what? I thought about it, and I'm not going to hold your secrets. You know, I'm not going to work with you and do this
Bear the
because
quint of your secrets.
I think it's horrible because she's gonna down the line, she's gonna have tumors in the middle of. She's gonna hurt a patient, but. I don't know. I don't think this is a great storyline. I don't think she should continue on.
I think it's a great storyline.
I think it's a great storyline. I lied. I don't think she should
good
continue.
idea,
It's a good idea.
realistically.
Right.
You know what this is reminiscent of?
Katherine Heigl.
No.
And Denny.
Yes, that. But also, Feeney, whenever he was mentoring Christina.
Right.
And then died right there. Remember? Except he was all nice. And this one's really not.
So he just dropped dead after she was like.
So, anyway, this woman just disappears out of nowhere.
But she's got to go to an appointment, and of course, she wouldn't tell
And I
her.
won't tell you what it is.
Yes.
Don't even ask me.
Don't even ask. Door
Super
shut.
I
deep
think
voice.
she's so special. Like Arizona was actually gonna ask, like, what is it? What is
Arizona
it?
was. She
I know,
wanted
but
to know.
it was very. I
She's
know
a
you
diva.
want to know what I'm doing.
Right.
Dr. Herman's a diva because
Yeah.
the way they write her character, she's just like, look, I'm dying. Don't ask me why I'm dying. I'm
I know
the
you wanna
shit.
know.
I'm. You all need to take a big whiff. I'm brilliant. You know, just leave me alone. And if I decide to throw up, don't ask me why I'm throwing up. You know, she's teamed too much. And then
She's team too much. Stop it.
but she's brilliant though. I think the way they've written her character is brilliant for Arizona because Arizona can be a little aloof as well too.
Yeah.
You know. But
Yeah,
anyway,
I'm
so-
mysterious with my cute little hat. But anyway, so they bring this patient in, and I think the baby's attached to a tumor. And Gina Davis was going to do a surgery to try and
Turn the baby and
get
bring
the
it to
baby's
term.
blood back. Yeah, get it to term, something like that. Arizona needs to make a decision. Gina Davis is missing in action, and Mad Men Pink Scrubs doctor is back. Where was he last week?
We don't know.
knows?
We needed him.
I didn't even know he existed. Is that wrong?
You don't remember him? He was competing with Arizona 2 weeks ago.
I saw the episode half inebriated, so I probably missed that.
Well, that's okay.
Well, anyway, he seemed like he had it together. He seemed like he was the same level as Arizona. Like he might even be a competition to her.
I thought that they were both fellows. She said that they were her two fellows.
Yes, but where was he in his doctor before that?
She's like a doctor and now a fellow, and maybe he's just becoming from a resident to a fellow.
Yes, that's what I'm
So-
saying.
Question. This fellow sounds very like I'm a fellow, but what's a fellow?
The fellowship.
I know. I
Learning
get
a specialty.
but
So after you become a resident and graduate, you become a fellow, and then you're like a real doctor, but you're still learning.
so cute. You're like a real doctor, but you're not really.
You sounded like
There
a
you
kindergarten
go.
describing
There
it.
you go,
And then
a
you're
fellow.
a real doctor. Wait, Jason, isn't all your family's doctors?
But they're not fellows.
Watch his family at home be like, I worked so hard on my fellowship.
And I'm like, what? Really?
How does Jason know?
I'm like,
about
wait, fellowship is that? Are you friending friends on Facebook? Is that what that is? But the Arizona, I don't know.
Wait, so you're a real doctor without a fellowship?
I think you're a real doctor anyways, but you just can't. Yeah, you have to learn. You're still learning.
A specialty.
You're learning a specialty.
But then technically, you start learning a specialty in your residency.
Right. I think it's,
So-
there's just very broad. You
I
have
think it's just
general
special,
doctors.
yeah.
Kristin, are you a medical professional?
I might be. I don't know.
Here's the hierarchy of doctors as far as I know. I'm sure there's somebody that knows better. You have your general physician. You have to think of it in terms of an HMO. Your general physician would refer you to an OB. Your OB would refer you to like a periodontologist. And then your periodontologist would refer you to Gina Davis. Like the only person in the world
want Gina
that could
Davis.
do this surgery.
I need a Gina Davis in my life now.
Now.
So anyway, I think that's the point.
Oh, see, I don't know that.
Regardless, missing in action, Arizona has to make the call. Karev's like, pull her out. 28 weeks. I've saved babies younger.
Yeah.
I've saved smaller guys.
I love how he was like not the bad guy, but like, come on.
Isn't
pull
he
it
cute?
together.
Do it.
Isn't he adorable with all those babies?
He's so
I
cute.
love him in that role.
When
he's
he
lost weight.
started talking to it all cute, I was like, what's going on?
He was like, she's lost it. Yes, she has.
I was like, oh, that's so cute.
Yeah,
cute.
he's definitely done a 360 in his character
Yeah.
as far as Karev's always one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's pretty consistent.
Now him
Very
and Joe need to have a baby that we'll never see again.
Joe, right? No, it'll be like Zola. Where's she at? Or where's
Seriously.
Bailey at? You know,
Right? No.
So yeah, but other patient story was the wife died.
Okay, that's not the other pick, but yes.
Yes, that's what happened. So she went ahead and did the C-section. She goes to save this 28-week-old child, which is very early, you guys. That's more than 2 months before. And she leaves the room. Pink doctor loses it. She comes back in. The patient
pink
is
doctor-
literally like, her stomach is
Hemorrhaging.
hanging. There's blood all over the room. Carry up in here.
My thing is, the pink doctor was I've done 1 million of these C-sections.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Always those
confident.
ones you gotta watch out for.
You know, and his pink scrubs and all. And I'm like, honey, just sometimes you got to speak up. But my thing is, when you come back into the room, Arizona says, why didn't anybody stop him? Everyone gets silent. So, like, really, what did go on in that
Right.
room? Because
I think that the thing there was that everybody was like, you should have been here to stop him because no one else there. I mean, it was like an anesthesiologist
Sure.
and like.
Well, we learn later on, placenta accreta,
Procreta.
that would have probably killed her no matter what.
Down the line, anyways.
Like, I also Wikipedia'd that during this
Of course you
episode.
did.
And if it doesn't kill you, you definitely have to get a hysterectomy, like right then.
away.
It's very serious.
So what is it?
It's oh my! I feel like I'm talking about all these strange things this
Because
episode.
you're strange.
So there's the uterus, and the placenta attaches somewhere in there. And
Right.
there's placenta previa, which it attaches right over the cervix, which is kind of bad. But the one that she had, accreta, it attaches outside and literally starts growing into your other organs. And the placenta is just like a very powerful organ. It just kind of attaches and sucks in. And, yeah.
so basically, she bled out because he didn't have a handle on it.
No, she was probably going to die no matter what.
gonna bleed out
like
anyway.
unless they had discovered it and done a full-on hysterectomy and been prepared for that.
But
to just kind of-
she can't have the baby after a hysterectomy. She
Right,
have to
yeah.
have had the baby. And
If you have that, that's probably going to be your last child. I don't know for sure. I'm not a doctor, but that's just what I read on Wikipedia.
Well, when normally when you have a hysterectomy, they remove all your lady parts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you
well,
wouldn't
Your
be able to have
uterus.
a-
Right. Yeah.
even know how
So
Yeah.
basically, before all this happened, she was probably already at risk
The more
and
we
shouldn't
sound
have
like
had a child.
We sound like the more
Or
you know
did it,
information.
I don't know. Our fans are going to have more information, and I'm sure they're going to hit us up on iTunes and YouTube and let us know. So give us 5 stars if you're there. Let's do that little plug right now.
Yeah, and also tweet us, Grey's, hashtag Grey's ABTV. Let us know there too, because I had no idea. See, like all these things, I could save a life just from watching Grey's.
I couldn't. But I feel like I could.
I feel
Moving on. So, okay.
Speaking of, I burnt my finger and I almost did all the wrong things. And then my fiance basically went on Google and did all the right things, and it healed perfectly fine, and my thumb is perfectly fine. That's my story.
Way to go, Norbert.
Yeah.
Norbert, right?
Yeah,
Norbert.
Starbert.
Well, so before we move on completely, she had to go out there and tell the dad that the baby was fine and the mom wasn't. That was just crazy.
Yeah.
That was another story.
Well,
to
it
take home.
happened on accident.
I think it was worse for her too because she thought she made a mistake by making that choice when Dr. Herman had another plan.
Right.
So she was freaking out that she was going to get in trouble for that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when she came out the first time, she was just coming, we need to talk to you about the baby. So she came out of the surgery mid trying to help the mom. And when she gets out there, she sees that Karev's like, oh, the baby's fine, don't worry. And then here comes the dad. So it was an accident. She's covered in blood, and she's like, really wants to scurry away and get out of there. But in the end, he's like, "Who are you?" You know,
Right.
like
Yeah.
you're,
Totally.
Where's Dr. Herman? Who are you? And
I don't even know you.
I don't even know you.
She had a plan.
Yeah, she had a plan. You didn't. Da-da-da-da. But you know, as a parent going into that, like, come on, like when you have a doctor, I always want to just go with my doctor. Like, I wouldn't even. I don't know.
When you have a baby, you have to sign something that says that these other people can deliver your baby if your doctor's already in delivering one.
Wait,
Cause
what?
because it's one of those things that you can't always plan. Like they'll have several women with like due dates near each other, and then it can come at any time.
Oh no.
Yeah. So depending how many people are in their practice, or sometimes it just goes to the on-call
Maybe I'll be
doctor.
like rich, like, you know, like Kim Kardashian, be like, you don't have a job, you know, like today.
You could do
I
it.
pay for you.
Yep. You could totally do
Did
it.
that happen?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know. That was weird.
Just a side note, though,
Just saying.
isn't it weird how, as women, you guys are given this gift of being able to birth and give someone life, bring life into this earth, but it can also kill you at the same time. It's ironic.
Yeah.
It's like so
Well,
like morbid.
April had a moment. How do any of us give birth? She had a moment. Whenever she came in there, Arizona was like, "Get out! I don't want you in here," and reasonably so.
Yeah.
She's terrified of the whole thing.
I would be
That's
terrified.
something scary to see when you're carrying a child.
Yeah. Especially if you're
Scary
carrying
to
a
see
child.
If you're not carrying a child.
Look, no, let
There
me
was
tell
like
you.
a gaping hole and like blood gushing
Wow.
out. I was like, what?
like,
Through
Wow.
hundreds of
How it
units.
So, can we talk about Owen and how Owen processes the information he hears about Amelia? Because I feel like Owen this season's been
It was cheesy.
cheesy. Yeah, Well, and
Derek, you pretty much said as much.
yeah.
You were very clear
Is there
before.
something I need to know, Derek? You know, like really, she.
I feel like there was a lot of half sentences
Right, totally.
between Owen and whoever he was talking to, and he just kind of made his own assumptions.
a lot of blinks.
He's like, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like no one's talking back. Like it was weird. But you know, when he went up to Amelia and he's like, "Is there anything you want to tell me? Do you want to talk to me about it? I'm just trying to have
He was
a
cool,
conversation."
though, because he
was
did
he
say-
trying to
Have her incriminate herself.
have her incriminate herself, or was he trying to?
Well, he did
be a
say,
friend?
he did say there's two sides. He's like the Usher album, there's two sides to every story. He was like, you know, he's heard one side, and then he wanted to hear her side. And she was very defensive and saying, I have my rights not to say anything, blah, 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 blah. Because I don't think he was coming.
Because she talked to Weber, and Weber made it clear, which is I think he gave her the best advice.
Right.
Yeah, he was
Right.
very empowering.
But at one point, you will probably have to talk to
Exactly.
your boss about it. But
Right.
in the end, you need to figure out your words and how you're going to say it.
Owen wanted to, have her back. But I feel that, first of all, Owen is the least
He
interesting.
wanted to have her back?
Owen's the least interesting person on Grey's right now.
Yeah.
is.
He has
By
nothing going
far.
on. He just-
Like, it blinks and then walks away.
Yeah.
But I think that the way I don't know, it was just very weird how he called this board meeting, and then it was just like.
As if they didn't have enough going on
Right,
that
like,
day.
let me just pull you out. Board meeting right now. Well, she's, delivering 90 children.
First of all, she's like looking through organs, like things are
She's
looking
literally
good.
like,
but it looked like sausages. I was like, I'm hungry.
I couldn't
I'm just kidding.
do that.
Yeah, it was a pretty brutal episode.
Yeah.
They sure went for it. I wonder if Bells actually look like that.
And we have to give an honorable mention to Bailey and her hair this week. Fantastic. 'Cause last
Honorable
week, because last week, come on, AfterBuzz, you know I'm right. Whoever allowed that wig to fall on her head last week
was like
horrible.
falling off. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do a cut and
She could have used a really good lace
little
front,
tuck.
I like
front
how
wig.
we're supposed to believe that Bailey just has the time to change her hair. I mean, because last week was
got a new
yesterday.
Oh yeah, you're right. She grew it out since
No,
yesterday.
she ordered it online. It came in
Right.
and she popped on her new
It was one of
wig.
those Ebony
she's like,
Magazine
"Thank
fashion fair
goodness."
wigs, just pop and go,
She's like,
girl.
that other
pop
wig
and
was
go.
getting
Yesterday.
She's like, I got my Viola Davis wig on today.
Yes.
How to get away with murder wig this week.
Yes.
But
So what was funny this episode, Joe had her first solo surgery.
And that was really
This was the whole thing was hilarious because this is a story we have seen with pretty much every doctor on this show, and they somehow told it different.
Yeah.
It was cute. So she's vomiting in the bathroom. She's very nervous. And he threw it on the ground. So yeah, she's very nervous. She's vomiting in the bathroom. Stephanie was so funny in this episode.
free.
we caught her up on Freve.
Yeah, she
yeah.
knows. She's not gonna say anything about it though. And so they're making fun, and she's like, Bailey, she's so itty bitty. Who of course walks out of the stall.
Bailey baby. Of course she does. I mean,
If
really.
you're talking shit in a bathroom with a lot of stalls, you better check and make sure the person you're talking about is
Not
not
in there.
And you know, if somebody starts vomiting in there, you leave.
I know.
No one wants to stay in there while someone's puking.
Well, I just love when Stephanie's like, she's gonna eat you alive in there. Do you know your steps? Da 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 da. She was kind of like her right hand man. And then Joe and Stephanie, they've been like kind of bonding, riding the wave together. So I really thought it was cute when she was like, little bitty ain't got nothing on me. And then she comes out. It's hilarious.
But then when Bailey goes to confront Joe, she's like, Edward's out. Yes, ma'am.
That was
God,
so funny.
like, done.
We
She's
all
like,
busted up laughing that part.
Yeah.
yes, mama. Yes,
Although,
mama.
if I had to choose between them, I'd want Stephanie doing my surgery.
Really?
She's just
Then-
confident.
Then that's
She's the
what
black
happened.
gang.
Okay, so let's talk about. So the
Sure.
surgery went on, and
She second guessed herself.
no, she felt confident in the room, right? And
Yeah.
Bailey's just like reading a magazine, like but of course, legally she's paying attention. But then Stephanie's like, well, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this?
Did you do the triangle of doom?
The triangle of doom, and she second guessed herself. So then she, which was smart on her end, is to step forward and say, hey, I might have made a mistake, Dr. Bailey. Do you remember? But she was going about it in a way. It was like, oh, I know I did it, but whatever. So long story short is Bailey kind of leads her to believe, like, I'm gonna go do a CT and I'm gonna check and see what is going on with this patient. Did you screw up and not do the triangle of doom or whatever it is? And leaves her in the room, and she's like upset and crying and
Going through it.
Brilliant, baby.
Love
Baby.
That would have worked. Brilliant, baby. Brilliant, baby.
Brilliant, baby Bailey.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
It was
Bitty, bitty,
brilliant.
baby
It was
Bailey.
brilliant. So when
It was a good way for her to get a little kick in the ass.
Yeah.
because she needed it. Because when Bailey comes back in, she's like, I didn't run the CT, and immediately she
She
starts.
didn't make it to CT.
She didn't make it to CT.
She's like, she died. I'm like, yes.
Are you going to tell the family? She should have let her walk up to the family.
That would have been horrible, Julie.
Not tell them, just walk up to them.
Yeah.
But you
Wait,
can't.
I should let you know.
She's like, by the way, no, because you can't. People can't control. Listen, let's say if it was you and that joke was played on you, and you had to go tell the family that you're gonna. What if you freak out and tell the family that she died, and they're freaking out, and it's like
And
this
then
domino
they sue
effect?
you.
Yeah.
I have an excellent poker face.
Oh God, I forgot you're an actress. My bad.
So, anyways, the patient was fine, and Bailey gives her this great speech about, like, you were fine, you did everything right, but you are about to be, there's about to be many more surgeries that you're going to be doing it solo.
Right.
So just have the confidence. And that's the thing. Stephanie does have the confidence, and that's why I would want her to work on me than Joe, because Joe second guesses herself. And so that's what was the underlining story here with Joe. And so I feel like she's going to turn into a badass.
Joe, I think Joe.
Right?
I think
Joe or Stephanie?
Joe. I think she's going to, it's her
I think
time.
both are.
Well, Stephanie's already a badass. That's what I'm saying.
okay.
I think this was the kick in the butt for her to really, like, you know what? I can do this.
Joe and Stephanie
Yeah.
are the new
No.
Yang and Meredith,
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
for sure.
And honestly, they are taking up that role fantastically.
I'm
Yeah,
glad.
but Callie is the new Yang, because Meredith and Callie have been
Right.
like chatterboxing it, talking about their sex lives, talking about the baby asking questions about Arizona and them
Right.
splitting up. There was they have their moments together these last few episodes where they're BFFs.
There was a lot of I think in the closing montage and the closing scenes there was a lot of old school Graceville about everyone living in the house.
That was fun.
It was
I
great.
liked that.
And how Meredith. It reminded me of the episode where Derek and Meredith got married. Derek moved in and was trying to kick everybody out. Meredith's like, you can't kick people out. Like, these
my
are my people. It's my
family.
family. Like,
Yeah.
that's what it felt like. But we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's get back to Derek and Amelia though, because there's a lot of moments in that were pretty powerful. We see these flashbacks of what happened when Derek's dad was murdered.
Horrible.
And the reason Derek
the repercussions of just seeing that as
Right.
a child, like,
Right.
it's, like, that is horrible. Continue.
But you never until now you never ever there's only maybe 2 episodes in the whole history of Grey's that you saw that they talked about that. When Tyne Daly, his mom, was on, they talked about it, and then when Derek also talked about it himself with the there was a serial killer. Stairway to Heaven.
yeah.
No,
I don't want to talk about it.
Message for the Devil. That was
No,
in the episode.
I don't want.
Yeah,
I love that
Where-
shooting episode.
I don't want to talk
where
about
Eric
it. I don't
Eric
wanna see
Stoltz
it.
was going to be executed and Meredith
that
had, right.
episode.
So
I hate that episode.
season 4. But the thing is that you saw a lot of vulnerability. I'm sorry, in Derek, and also you saw him kind of sell out his sister because he admitted that I was going to go. I wanted the job.
At least, though, he turned around and did the right thing in the end. It's not like he took it from her and said, screw you.
Keep it moving.
Whatever.
Exactly.
He went right into the board meeting and he said, I wanted my old job back. And to be fair, I don't honestly think Derek knew that was his intentions.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I feel like he, of course, wanted his job back, and there was some tension over these last few episodes, but I don't think it was intentional. And him being silent, I think he just was like lost for words. You know, it's his sister. You can't ask me in the stairwell, Mr. Chief, if my sister is right. Way
to be thorough, Owen.
Yeah, is she right to do the right person to do this job?
But don't you feel
no answer?
He had
I know what you mean.
his telepathic mind reading
But don't you
thing
feel
going
that
on.
Amelia? I feel like Amelia's storyline is she's really not needed. Like she's so.
They
I feel like
definitely
Shauna
added
was
her
like,
back
look,
for no reason.
Look, I owe you a prop because I killed off your show. Let me get you back.
Did she die on the show?
No, but
wait,
clearly.
No, sorry. He said it.
Really?
Sorry.
I mean, I would expect that from me.
I
but
feel
from you,
left out of it.
Julie?
I feel left out. Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like
it's
this
from
whole
private practice.
this
What
whole
happened?
Derek and Amelia thing that's been going on since the beginning of the seasons, it's been very just like, okay, I guess whatever. You know, like it's just very weird. But tonight, and I guess they kind of have to give it some importance with the whole backstory of he should have protected her.
Well, she said, you asked me to stay here. You asked me to stay so that you could go. You asked me to stay to help. And then you're just going to screw me over like this. You're my brother. Which, by the way, I can hardly look at the two of them without thinking how similar they look. Are they really brother
Bring
and
in Shonda
sister?
Rhimes, you
they
have the
could
power
be.
of Oprah to make things happen.
Gosh, they look exactly like the male
They
and
do.
female version of
That's
each
some
other.
very good
I
casting.
wonder if they were weirded out when they first met, the
looks
two
like-
people in real life.
She does look like 10 years younger than him.
It's the nose and the eyes.
Yeah.
And the hair and the skin color and the facial structure. It's weird.
It's
Those
all of
two
it.
look exactly like
That's
each other.
so crazy.
Yeah. But, so they end up, I guess, like you said, he ends up going to the board and being like, look, I'm a douche. My bad. My sister's cool. She's not a crackhead anymore. Whatever. Seriously. But, I mean, I don't know.
That is what happened.
I feel like, and then how they intertwine Meredith into the whole conversation, too.
What was Meredith going to say? The ... You know, like...
Right.
So why did you even...
Meredith,
That's what she said.
Look,
so why did you even
Starr.
come up here and talk to us about it? Or why did you even...
Right.
And then that's when he comes out and says, I wanted her job,
Meredith
right?
has been pimp slapping Derek all season. She's like, "You're an idiot, dude. You're dumb. I'm like, I don't need you. Really, go to Washington if you want to go. I'm the poo. I am the sun that revolves around me. You are just whatever you are."
Well, they totally had their night in they had their cheeseburgers,
Right.
all night long. And
Callie's like, wait for the other shoe.
wait for the other shoot. So now this is the other shoot. Are they going to be fighting again? Are we going to see? Because she would have to be upset a little bit that like he didn't take the job, and now he's throwing his sister under the bus and what like there has to be
He's
some
spiraling out of control.
He's not
unraveling.
even human.
Yeah.
He's not even
He's not human.
Derek had this really frank, honest moment with his sister, and I think kind of realizing it himself. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm completely wanderless. I'm angry all the time. I'm hurting the people I love. It's a hard place to be, and the fact that he realizes it is the first steps to healing.
But now what though? Like what's
he-
going to happen to his character?
Look, Derek had this realization when he killed what's her face back in season 5 when he killed Jen. Remember he killed Jen?
What?
Yeah,
You know,
and he
Derek
was on the
killed a
couch.
person?
Yes, he cut out her temporal lobe and like
He went
hacked
too far.
Yeah, and hacked up her brain. Girl,
I remember.
Blonde lady.
blonde Jennifer Westfeld.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
Okay.
So he had that moment then. So it's like he's going through that again, where he doesn't know what he wants out of life. Now he's going to be golfing next week, or he's going to be like the Chief, just walking around doing nothing.
Seriously, the Chief's been going through that for 3 seasons.
Yeah.
No, but
I
the
mean-
Chief has been stepping it up.
I
Yeah.
know.
No, he wasn't in
He
surgery
does
this
need to find
episode.
something else local that gives him the same kind of passion that DC or purpose. Especially
He's-
now that he's just a neurosurgeon. He's not even like the head of neurosurgery.
He's having an existential crisis, and
Yeah.
that is hard on someone.
That's hard on anyone who
It's
is
hard.
like going through a transition. Transitions are hard.
And Meredith
It's true.
Meredith
He's
needs to be
transitioning.
nicer as he's going through this.
Well, but the thing about that, Meredith can be, and also just on the Maggie and Meredith.
They had that was cute.
Yeah, it was
We
very.
made some traction tonight.
Yes, because you could tell the way they're writing is that you see these similarities because they are sisters, and the things they talk about are just like, okay,
Lord.
I know, I
get
loved
it.
the bunk beds.
I did too.
Loved it.
They're so much alike, but different in so many.
So it started because she was a little bit mad. She was very mad. And Meredith's like, we were just late. Basically, Maggie, don't walk away from a dinner that you were already there for, that you already put on 10 different outfits for. But anyway, she's like, of course I was mad. And then goes in this long spiel about how lonely she is.
And now she doesn't have a sex toy, and just, like Maggie, sweetie, I'm sure they pay you enough to have some fun. So, girl, work it out. But but again, like I love that scene because I'm glad you're seeing the camaraderie and also a sistership with them, a sisterhood between those two.
That was quick though.
Yeah,
it was much quicker than I thought it was. Their relationship was gonna come.
But it was quick, Kristin. Yes, but it still seems authentic. It doesn't seem like they're forced together. Like it seems like Meredith. With the journals.
She's loosened up. She's
a lot.
She's like, sure.
Okay, she's cool.
Meredith's
She's cool.
like,
I'm the big sister.
This has happened
Wonder
before.
what happened last night that I'm less angry today.
No. Yo.
Right? So I think that's what it was. Like, she was just, she got her release. And now.
Release? Maggie needs one of those, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what's wrong with Maggie.
Right?
Maggie needs a little
We
animal
need a
called a
Maggie
rabbit.
love interest.
We do.
That's what we need.
How could it be?
But
Nobody on the show right now. There's no single guy.
see, look,
Pink
no.
Scrubs.
Pink scrub.
No, he's
we
a
hate
wuss. He had a
him.
meltdown. We hate him. But here's the thing about Maggie and Meredith. Meredith's just happy that Maggie knows how to do Zola's hair.
Right? That's all we needed.
That's all.
Can you just come over every
She's like,
morning at around
listen,
7 a.m.?
we don't have to like each other, but if you can get my daughter some cute cornrows, boom, we can kick it.
It was really fun when they were lounging together at Ellis's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
she
then
was
they were just recapping all of them that had been with each other, and they're kind of like, we
George.
are gross.
Yeah.
We're really
looked
nasty.
so pissed.
And so left out. She had no clue.
Yeah. I mean, she could have been sitting there and drinking, and she wasn't.
Well, because
And
she
then-
was, it looks like she was studying
yeah,
because
okay,
she got the
fair.
kick in the butt that she needs to be the best of the best.
But I think that she's gonna leave Alex because
He's better off
she
without her.
does not look happy, and he doesn't seem like he gives a shit.
Right, I agree 100%. And then tell me why. Okay, look, I know viewers are gonna hate me, but who walks in? Arizona walks in, and you're just like, really?
Why?
Really?
That's a worse moment, though, when you show up and all your friends are hanging
like,
out without you.
And it's like crickets, like. Everyone's like,
She's
what is she doing
I
here?
guess I should have called first.
I have no place to go. I have no
yeah, you
home.
should have.
Yeah,
You
and
should
She
have.
lives on your couch.
Oh, but before we ran out of time, the moment with her and Dr. Gina Davis, she decided, I wanted to do this surgery. I want to have these options. I want to be empowered to save the life of a fetus and a mom. I will help you lie with your brain tumor and
I
learn
won't tell
everything
Chief
from
Hunt.
She's gonna get in trouble for that.
Right.
Yeah.
you. Arizona.
Of course she is.
They're saying we have 5 minutes left. No, we don't. This is great. We go all night, damn it. But I mean, overall, Kristin, I kind of felt it was, there's a meter, there's filler, good
Yeah.
episode, epic episode. It was in between filler and okay episode for me tonight. I really was enthralled.
I thought it was a great episode.
And there was no music.
Because, yes, there was.
Yes,
there was one amazing
one
song.
one awesome song about home. We didn't Shazam it in time. We'll figure it out for you later.
Oh, it was Iggy Azalea.
No,
No.
it wasn't.
Home by Iggy Azalea featuring Nicki Minaj. Totally, that's what it was.
I don't
Are you serious?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
No clue. She's so fancy. Yeah, but okay, so let's move on to predictions. Yay!
I'll go first since I already did one.
Okay.
And now,
Wait, hold on.
AfterBuzz TV.
I love the delay. Okay, Kristin, go ahead.
So I think that Alex is gonna get fed up with Joe not really, she's gonna be studying and focusing because she got her kick in the butt. And then, so I think that they're gonna break up, or she's gonna leave him, and she's gonna have another freak out. I just think they're gonna break up. That's my prediction.
Freak out.
Well, a lot of our fans were saying and tweeting that they think there's going to be something wrong with April's baby. Now,
Yeah.
are our fans getting like the news before us? Like, how are they so?
There's
right
some of them
on?
that see the episodes before.
Before.
If you know how to do that, can you tell me? Because I always
Tell me.
see.
Listen, if you're one of our fans out there and you see the show before or you're part of the staff, you
us
come
know.
sit on our couch.
Yes.
Ooh, I like that.
Come
Open
be
invitation.
a part of the show.
Or
There
if
you
you're
go.
a doctor and you know what you're talking about, because we clearly don't.
Dr. Wikipedia over here isn't cutting it.
Well, everyone has been saying on the Twitterverse that basically that there's going to be probably something wrong with the baby, and possibly that Arizona and
The Arizona
Gina Davis is,
and of course that's gonna happen, and it's brilliant.
and it's gonna happen, and then Gina Davis is gonna die off.
I kind of think though that we're expecting it so much
that it
might not happen.
It's happening
because
it's definitely
Well, it's the
happening.
winter finale, so something has to happen for winter finale.
Winter finale already? I feel like we just
I know,
started.
it's just Halloween.
Yeah, so as far as predictions are concerned, that's what I was going to say too. We saw next week. No, I'm just affirming.
Oh, okay.
We saw next week something's up with baby Avery. They don't know if it's a boy or a girl yet.
Avery.
I think Stephanie knows if it's a boy or a girl.
Well, she has to
and
know.
she just keeps it a secret.
And then she's like,
But that was weird. We didn't talk about that. He was talking about the baby in front of Stephanie, who he broke her heart all last season. You know what I mean? And then they're talking about, like, my baby. I would be so annoyed. Like,
if there's anybody who can't keep the gender of their baby a secret, it's a hospital full of doctors.
Right. Hello.
Especially these ones.
Yeah.
So, Jason, do you have any predictions?
I predict that something dire will happen with Japril's baby. And I do predict that Amelia is going to go back on a bender. I think she's going to spiral now because she's
leaving.
She's been chastised, and she feels like her pride's been hurt. And what better way to do that than with some comfort drugs? And
get some Oxy.
Also, some Oxy, Vicodin, Vyvanse, Adderall. What you got?
I want the Wendy's girl to come back and apologize.
Yeah, Wendy's girl, and bring a double cheeseburger.
Spicy chicken sandwich.
But yes, with no mayo. But I don't like to predict for the winter finale because I want to be shocked. And lately, the winter finales on Grey's have not been. They've been kind of like, better on Scandal. So
you guys say filler. Next week will not be filler.
Let's hope the music is back. I need some music in my life. Alexandra Patsavas, your job is to provide us with music, and you haven't been doing that. And you're very hard to get a hold of. So please, if you're watching, music.
I love tonight's episode though.
Yeah,
it just like hit it right on the head for me. This is exactly what I love from Grace.
There you go.
A little tears, a little drama.
I know, you were so emotional.
A little smiling.
What are you, Whitney Houston? You get so emotional, baby.
I cannot wait to see you guys next week.
All right, you guys,
winter
there you
finale.
Go. All right, so that's all we have for the Grey's Anatomy After Show here on AfterBuzz. Jason J. Carter here. Find me on Twitter at JDCForever or on Facebook at Jason J. Carter. Yay, I'm back.
And you can find me, Julie Partin, on all the social medias at JULIEPARTIN.
You can find me on Twitter at Kristin Strange and on Instagram at Kristin Aubrey Strange.
That's right, and I'm Starr Session, and you can find me all on social media at StarrSession.
Yes.
Don't forget to use hashtag Grey's ABTV.
There you go. Winter finale next week. See you next Thursday.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.